And Jermaine's a great kid. I mean, an absolute great kid, and one that I love to watch fight for sure.
Well, a fascinating tussle. This is what the beauty of the sport, isn't it? You get bouts like this, and you just sort of go, well, these two have come from completely two different areas. One's had a little bit of a sojourn over in Switzerland and has done other things. Here's, you know, Will, who's you know, young and fresh on the block, and God, what a talent he is. You know, you don't come away from Germany with a gold medal without really being a tasty guy.
Right. You know, I think the new rules are really going to benefit a guy like Will.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's a strong fighter, and he definitely can use both legs effectively, and he doesn't just need to use the front leg.
So, German Open champion Will Jackson in red. All USA affair here. Jermaine James coming in.
He should receive another point there for that back kick there from Jermaine.
Yeah. All the coaches are, sorry, the officials are all holding the one finger up. One more blue.
That's a savvy back kick from a veteran right there. I like it. Right in the corner, knows he's not going to back out of the ring. Hits him with a nice in-tight back kick. I love it.
28 years old, Jermaine James. Again, straight in there.
Great punch. Great right-handed punch there, you know. Just really, really timed it well.
Gam John also collected by James, so just official's desk. Okay.
Oh, they're going to wave off the point.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not exactly sure how or why they would do that, but interesting for sure. Maybe they feel like he held just to get the point.
So we're going to go back to 4-2 by the looks of it. Not sure what we're waiting for here.
Yeah, just checking with the coaches. Coach Rodriguez looks a little bit confused on what's going on as well here. So another coach, you know, he's helping Coach Jermaine. He's out of Florida. He's got a great young talent in his niece, yes, Monique Rodriguez. Really like her game a lot too. You know, a shorter fighter who I think the rules will benefit well for here in the U.S.
Yeah. We've got some real talent in this weight division. Achab is here, who's obviously ranked #1.
Yes.
Of course.
Who's having himself a good day as usual.
Yep. He's destroying a few athletes out there.
Yes,
I think
he is.
There's a few people hobbling around, being on the end of his foot. So 3-all.
Here we go.
We're all sorted on the desk. And Jackson decides to put a little bit back. Certainly a feisty opening between these two.
Jermaine James, nice little use of the new rules with a push and a left leg inside roundhouse kick there. So I like that.
What a start. Here's a bit of a wrestling. That's where the referee needs to step in quickly. But
again,
apart.
Similar styles for sure. We saw that. It's a great defensive cut kick or side kick there that Will scores to take the lead.
Yeah. Such reflexes from Will on that one.
Oh, another.
Oh, yeah.
That's fast.
Scoring very easily, isn't it? And the thing was, James never even moved.
No, he didn't. He didn't see it till it was a little bit late.
Yeah. 9-6. James also in a little bit of Gam John trouble early on. We're still only halfway through the first. Can you believe we've only had a minute? It's 10-6, and James definitely having Gam John issues here now. You're only allowed 10, and he's had 4 in 1 minute. So that's something he's going to have to be warned about by his coach. Is that something that you keep an eye on? Oh, there's the spinning head kick.
Yes.
Extra point as well. Oh, that was wonderful, wasn't it?
Perfectly timed, right? Will has a great left leg spin and gets guys to use their dominant right leg to attack it there, the open side or to the Hogu front, and he times the spin hook kick perfectly or the back swing kick perfectly.
Yeah, we're looking at a man who's really on top of his game at the moment. Jermaine James is no slouch, but Will Jackson just seems to have that extra bit of sharpness about him on the attack. Low hits.
That's a tough call. Those are kind of hard for me to figure out there because these guys are just trying to battle it out and throwing kicks. And if it ends up being a little low, sometimes it's based on the athlete moving or jumping, and that's a tough call. Not questioning a referee by any means, but definitely those are hard calls to make, and I think that the athletes are going to have to make some adjustments on those calls, like you said, talking about deductions.
Yeah, well, James certainly doesn't need any more Gam Johns now. He's already on 5 as the first round comes to a close. Wow, what a first round that was. 14 points to 6. This Will Jackson does look like a very, very good
He's savvy.
athlete.
He's very savvy, and he's very fast, very explosive fighter, and you know, lost in the finals of our team trials to make our national team there to go to the Pan Am Championships, you know, last year, and lost to Suk Jung Kim there, who is also another great player, very dynamic.
Yeah.
And he lost to make the team. It was an overtime kick to make the team. So clearly evenly matched, and hopefully both those guys are going to continue to compete and stay in our pipeline. You know, as we want to, you know, we want to produce better players and great players going into World Championships this year.
Just 22 years old, Will Jackson. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He's certainly one of those that, looking at 2022.
I think so.
Sorry, 2020. I just invented a new Olympic Games.
Yeah, I thought maybe you might wanted him to head into the Winter Olympics, and that's okay too.
Yeah. Well, that
he might go to both. That's okay. No, he's his coach, good. Greg Tubbs, really solid. In fact, had a hand in Carlos Navarro there from Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, he trains with him in the U.S. So, you know, he has world-class players for sure.
Yeah. Well, just a little bit of a breather.
Another great side kick.
Yeah.
Didn't score, but it was never saw it coming.
No. James just hurts the top of his leg here on a turn. Or was that a kick? Was that a kick that was a little bit low?
Yeah, I think
a painful kick into the groin.
The back kick there seemed a little low, and Jermaine took it in the groin area or upper thigh, and showing some discomfort for sure.
We'll call it the upper thigh show.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Those boxers do their job, but you know, still, if you take a hit there, it still hurts.
Right, yeah, no doubt.
Okay, he's feeling a bit better. And of course, Will Jackson, as ever, somebody who's just been hit in the tender area, will see that as a quick advantage. The mind of a Taekwondo fighter is any weakness is your chance to step in.
Sure.
17-9 kick from Jackson again on the inside as well.
Yeah, both of them scoring inside. You know, when you're kicking, it's hard to cover, and they're having a hard time covering at the same time they're kicking.
James is in big trouble here on Gam Johns. He's big trouble on the scoreline, but that's 7, and he's not even halfway through this match.
That's a great point. Wow.
Yes, he's really in trouble here. So they are given out a plenty by the officials. You almost feel that sometimes the officials are looking for reasons to give them out. There's another one.
You're right.
For holding.
Yeah, he's in dire straits now. You know, I don't know how he's going to be able to continue this match and without being disqualified for the deduction. So he's going to have to definitely be aware of that going into the next, you know, more than 2.5 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, 19-11. And of course, Jackson comes in a lot. He jumps up in the air a lot. So that's, you know, that's possibly drawing the fact that when James, as you said earlier, when James does go for the kick, Jackson's up in the air. You might hit him on the thigh, but it's because Jackson's jumped.
You're right, and that's been a tough one for us. Another back kick there.
Yeah,
that's got to be add that. They've got to add that point.
You're going out of court. There'll be a Gam John to Jackson, but
yeah, there's another point there for the back kick coming in. Sure. So I mean, Jermaine's definitely in trouble, and he's going to have to make some adjustments there from between the second and third round here to mount a comeback.
Yeah. Now, this has been a very accomplished performance. I think Jackson has given a full-on battle here and not laying up at all. 20 seconds to go in this second. The winner from this bout goes through to the quarterfinal, where Denny Adran-Razic from Croatia, #2 ranked athlete, looks as if he'll be waiting. That'll be That'll be a cracker. I'd like to see that one.
Yeah, hopefully we get that one here in ring 7 because, or you know, in the upper stage court here because the styles there will be a little different, but it should be action packed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are getting towards. I think there's quite a few bouts that are at the quarterfinal stage now. This is one of the bigger competitions. 67 athletes in this one.
It's been a challenge here at the U.S. Open to try to do a 4-day competition with this many players.
Yeah. In fact, just looking around, we've got Achab right behind us on court 5. 6-4 up, halfway through the second against Brazil. I'll just have a quick look to see who's fighting on the draw.
That's our #1 seed from Belgium there.
Yeah.
Achad.
He's up against Brazil, which I think is William de Silva by the looks of it, who's ranked number 17. So the winner of this will get through to the quarterfinal. Achab leading 6-4.
6-5. Wow, it's close. This is a close game in the second round.
Okay, meanwhile, back on our main piece. I was doing fencing last week, apologies. On our main court, Jackson leading 28-12, and another Gamjon.
Well, that's 9. So.
Is that 9? Yeah, I'm trying to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, he's 1 away.
Yeah, so we'll see if he can make it in 1 minute and 35 seconds or so without getting that last deduction.
Yeah, surely he's aware.
And still try to mount a big comeback in points as well. So
yeah. 16 points behind.
Yeah, the risk reward is going to be tough here for him.
Well, he's hemorrhaged these Gamjons all the way through. There's another kick with the back of the foot scoring. Only just over in fact, bang on the threshold, 23 points. So you don't see many back flicks like that scoring. 31-15. One more Gamjon for James, and this is all over. And he's got to be careful hanging that leg out like that because the referee may see that, and you know that's. It's hard for the athletes to change what they've been doing for years.
No, you're right.
Isn't it?
No, I mean that's why you cut them some slack here, as this is a few weeks or even months into this, at most, into these new rules.
It's all over. The head kick, and it's 21 points, and now it's 20 points, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
20-point difference.
We have ourselves a 20-point gap, and again, the German Open gold medalist is showing us why he earned that medal too, no question.
He's going to be one to watch out for, not just at this event, but in future years. Jermaine James and William Jackson just share a few words. Well, we were looking at Gamjons, and I never noticed the point difference creeping up, but a couple of head kicks, and suddenly the game's over.
Sure.
Now, our #1 seed is in trouble. I'm just turning around. We can't see this on the cameras, unfortunately, but he's 9-6 down at the end of the second to De Silva, a number 17 ranked athlete.